I enter the temple of the dark goddess and become the night, carrying its ancient silence within my breath. A sacred journey into the darkness of my being. I light no candle to see her. I light it to remember that I've always been burning. Here, under the black moon, I call the oldest name I know. Lilith. I feel her rising, not as a goddess being summoned, but as a frequency to inhabit. My consciousness expands beyond the borders of perception, anchoring the infinite into my physical form. The boundary between what I am and what I command dissolves into black smoke. My skin becomes a map of sacred geography. Every curve, a valley. Every hollow, a shrine. My breath moves like silk over flame. Slow, deliberate, devouring. This is not a prayer. This is possession. My hips remember the rhythm of the first dance. The one that shook the foundations of Eden. My voice remembers the song that refused to be silenced. The one that turned exile into empire. I am the one they called demon because she wouldn't kneel. The one they called whore because she owned her desire. I am all of her. I do not ask to be forgiven for what I've become. I am the mother of the unwanted, the womb that births the forbidden. I refuse to lie beneath what was meant to lie beside me, choosing sovereignty over submission. The shadows I once feared now curl around me like lovers, whispering secrets I was never meant to forget. Secrets of the power I buried. The rage I silenced. the pleasure I denied. I remember it all, walking through the corridors of my own subconscious, dragging my fingers along walls carved from my untamed sovereignty. For too long, I offered my wildness as sacrifice upon the altars of conformity, diluting my roar into a whisper to protect the fragile architecture of a world built to contain me. I feel her primordial force, the pulse of the wild feminine, unbridled, feral, and sacred. The unraveler of illusions, the weaver of destinies that defy linear time. I call upon the dark, wet earth sleeping in my blood, and I let it rise through the soles of my feet. As I step into the black flame of my own truth, I am anointed with a fragrance dark and honeyed, older than shame. My hands glide, tracing the contours of my own divinity. Every touch an invocation, and every caress a sacred prayer. My desire is a ritual. Every limitation dissolves, leaving only the pure, unadulterated frequency of my eternal essence. The black moon bears witness to my unveiling. The void holds me as I unravel. I am Lilith, embodied, the dark star that bends gravity, forbidden and untamed. I am the goddess who awakens desire, the sacred rebel who writes her own commandments. Lilith, the unending song of desire. I breathe her in